Alright, so now we're going to move on to the final step. I go through this step pretty quickly. The final steps, I go through them pretty quickly because they're not as hard as the first steps, and you should be pretty used to the rabbit model by now. So yeah, it's pretty quick. Replay some stuff if you don't get them. So we have our intermediate, our half-complete rabbit model. See the two triangular flaps? There should be one on either side. These will become the arms of the rabbit and should fold them to the bottom of the model. Then if you fold them halfway back up, like this, they should vaguely resemble arms, which is pretty cool. And now you have the arms and the legs of the model, and the tail. And now all that's left to do is the head. So if you open up one side of the model, you should notice there's a flap in the middle, and you can move it to either side. We want to move it to the center, so we open the model between the two upper flaps. And then we want to invert it. But first we make a preliminary fold down to the bottom, so we have something to fold along. Notice how the edge remains straight. The fold creates a straight line along the side of the model. The other side of the fold should extend as far as it can go. Open, like before, between the two flaps, and invert along the fold we just made. Apologizing for bad video quality, I recorded this on my phone. Now you can repeat on the other side. I skipped the preliminary fold this time. Both of your flaps should line up. My one doesn't line up properly because I suck at origami. Take the edge and fold it as far as it will go, along the top and the bottom. Notice how along the top, it just lines up properly, and your fold should end up looking something like this. I realign my model. Repeat on the other side. The fold should be approximately the triangle should be approximately isosceles. If you make your model perfectly, the triangle should be isosceles. Here I try to refocus my camera, because my camera quality is bad. Open up the pocket you make by the fold, and you can lift the paper inside and fold it in on itself, like this. I will repeat it, because that probably wasn't very clear. Open the pocket, stick your finger in it, and then grab the paper that hangs out, I guess, and then fold it inwards on itself. And those will form the ears of the rabbit. Flatten the model. Now you want to open the top of the model by pulling the two ears apart. Pull the two ears apart. And then notice how there's a triangular bit sticking out. You want to push it inside the model. It won't be perfectly symmetrical, like it will go to one side, but as long as it's inside the model, it's fine. And you should get something that looks like this. Give me a moment while my camera refocuses. It doesn't refocus, but that's okay. Open the front of the model by pulling the two bits of paper apart, and you should see a flap of paper inside. You want to pull that out of the model. So open the front and then pull this flap of paper out. Try not to rip it. Ripping it is really bad. And you should be able to get a decent shape for the head. Like the shape of the head should start to come out. I refocused it properly this time. No, pen's blur, never mind. Yeah, terrible quality. So now just improvise and just shape the head. Try to shape the head by yourself by bending it different ways. Each person's rabbit, I imagine, is going to end up different because they shape the head differently. Anyway, finally you want to open the front of the model by pulling the 2 feet apart, and your model will expand a bit and become a bit three-dimensional. I reshaped the head a bit more here to make it look more like a head. And there, you finished your rabbit. Well done. You deserve a medal. Yeah, you deserve a medal. So this is my completed rabbit, and it should stand up. If it doesn't stand up, you probably made a mistake with the feet, and you should like modify the feet to try to make it more stand-up-able. And now my rabbit joins my other rabbits and my paper crane. Well done.